Now, recently I did a video on Brexit and how some of the supporters of the Leave campaign kind of reminded me of the campaign of Donald Trump. Now, of course, I got a ton of backlash, ton of pushback. Oh, we're not racist. How dare you? We're nothing like Trump supporters. We're not racist at all. What are you talking about? Go back and get educated about British politics. Okay, look, I'm going to clarify some things. The Leave campaign did have some pretty decent arguments. Like, for example, the EU being okay with some of the massive human rights violations of member states like Turkey. Now, Turkey right now is under the rule of fundamentalist right-winger Erdogan. I don't like this guy. That guy's an asshole. He can fuck off. All right, and I hope he gets voted out of power. Now, there are other issues like trade. For example, TTIP, right? A lot of people didn't like TTIP. That was being negotiated as well. And that's, of course, between the EU. So there are some legitimate issues on the Leave side. Now, along with those legitimate issues, there was also a lot of anti-immigrant sentiment and xenophobia. In fact, since the Brexit vote, some of the people who hold those sentiments have actually become emboldened. Now again, I'm not saying all people who voted Leave are racists, but there was a big anti-immigrant sentiment inside of the Leave campaign, and that cannot be ignored. And I have some examples. According to the UK-based Independent, more than 100 incidents of racial abuse and hate crime have been reported since the UK voted to leave the European Union. Many of the alleged perpetrators cited the decision to leave the EU explicitly. There was one video, purportedly filmed in Hackney on the morning after the referendum, that shows a man arguing with someone in a car before yelling, "Go back to your country." On Twitter, people are posting their accounts of behavior that they have run across that was xenophobic in nature. One Twitter post by Kirsty Allen reports one Italian person being assaulted simply for asking someone how they voted in the EU referendum. Quote, "Italian person I was with last night was assaulted for asking someone how someone voted. Knocked out with a bottle, lost a tooth, stitches. I'm scared." Creme brulee, by the way, great Twitter handle. Man chanting out, out, out at Muslim woman in Broccoli. Woman in Enfield Bank shouting, "This is England, we're white, get out of my country." No, there's absolutely no racism here. I don't know where you're getting this whole racism thing. Man in King's X Station yells, "Brexit" in my South Asian friend's face. Within 10 hours of the result, I experienced 2 racialized altercations. And then Jamie Pohatsky tweets, "Table next to me says to Polish waitress, 'How come you're so cheerful? You're going home.' Him and the missus started laughing. Disgusting." There seems to be a lot of Polish hatred in this. Another account comes from a woman named Agata Bresniak, who came to the UK on a scholarship from Poland when she was 17. Now, she's lived in the UK for 8 years and told The Independent, quote, "I have made the UK my home. It is where I have felt safe and appreciated. Like many Polish people in the country, I feared the EU referendum result would cause an increase in intolerance, discrimination, and racism. But I didn't think it would become so aggressive and be so immediate." A few hours after the announcement, she says, she was approached by a woman who asked her if she was Polish. When she said she was, she said the woman told her to be scared and that she must get a visa if she wanted to stay in her country. Now, there's more. In Huntingdon, Cambridgeshire, there have been reports of signs saying, quote, "Leave the EU, no more Polish vermin," posted throughout the letterboxes of Polish families on the day of the referendum result. Local media reported that the cards were also distributed outside of primary schools. One Polish student said he felt really sad when he discovered the sign carrying the xenophobic message. In West London, the Polish Social and Cultural Association was vandalized with suspected racist graffiti on Sunday morning. It has gotten so bad that Conservative Party Chairwoman Baroness Warsi came out against the divisive and xenophobic Brexit campaign. She had recently came out against it, right? She says that she's spent most of the weekend talking to organizations, individuals, and activists who work in the area of race hate crime, who monitor hate crime, and they have shown some really disturbing early results from being people stopped in the street and saying, look, we voted leave, it's time for you to leave. And they're saying this to individuals and families who have been here for 3, 4, 5 generations. The atmosphere in the street is not good. Now, I don't know what kind of benefits leaving the EU will have. Now, we've already seen some of the immediate economic impacts, and they were not good. And as I said, there were some good, legitimate reasons to leave, and some legitimate good reasons to stay. And once again, I'm not saying that all people who voted to leave did so because they were racist. But you can't deny that you had more racists and xenophobes voting to leave than you had voting to stay. And my point is, when your campaign attracts those types of people, and in some cases like this emboldens them, you may want to take a second look at what you voted for.